Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Jeff and Alan Show, broadcasting on the Junior Factor Nation Radio Network. My name is Jeff Hamill, and I'm broadcasting from behind enemy lines in the Whisper booth in the Pennsylvania State University Harrisburg campus Whisper Room Library Thing Communications Commons. And with me is
Alan Kling, coming to you live from the overpass overlooking one of Pennsylvania's finest highways in America. Coming down the stretch, trying to find some sort of sanity in this world we have right here. And this is episode number 5, Deadly Music.
If you'd like to contact us at any time during the show, you can do so via our Twitters at the JHP, that's mine, and at Pizzaman721.
Tweet us!
That is Alan's Twitter account. And if you have any questions, you can contact us again on the Junior Factor Nation Facebook page. I believe it is facebook.com/the Junior Factor. Or you go to FN or JFN community.freeforums.net. And you can contact us on there and say, on our discussion for episode 5, you can talk to us on the forum and say, hey, I hate you and disagree with you, or hey, I loved your opinion on this, but how about this, and etc. So you can contact us on that. But Alan, before we get started, I'd like to thank all 150 average viewers on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for listening every single week. This show has over 500 views in about 4 weeks, and actually almost 600 views in 4 weeks. And I cannot believe it. Thank you so much for listening, and contact us on the forums and Twitter and stuff so that we know.
Tweet us!
Yeah, because we like to talk to our fans and friends. You know what? You're not fans. You're friends of ours. So that's how we like to talk to you. Anywho, we're going to get started with the show. Alan, what is our first story of the day?
Well, before we start the first story of the day, Jeff, I got a question for you.
Hit me.
You like music, right?
Of course.
You like loud music, right?
Dude, you can't listen to quiet music unless if it's classical.
Well, I got a warning for you, though, Jeff.
Well, if it's classical, you can listen to nice, soft, quiet music. But if I'm listening to My August Burns Red, I need it loud and pumping, you know?
Well, yeah, in Pennsylvania you can do that.
Exactly.
But I got a warning for you, though.
Is this in Florida?
Yes, it is in Florida, because down in Florida, around the Fort Lauderdale, Florida area, according to the Florida Sun-Sentinel in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, we have a man by the name... Yeah, I forget his name.
Mr. Michael Dunn.
Yes, that is his name. That is his name. This Florida man is facing over 60 years in prison for shooting teens over their loud music. And this guy shot a kid, and he died. You know where he was? A gas station. A gas station. And of course, we got to play the race card by saying that he was white and middle-aged, but that's besides the point. What's it matter what the race of the guy was? It's a grown man shooting a kid. But what's it matter the age? What's it matter if he's white, he's black, he's yellow, he's purple, he's pink? What's it matter? What's it matter if he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 99? A guy shot a guy. You want to know why?
Alan.
Because the music was loud.
Here's why it's important to bring out his color. Black people don't kill other black people. It's a proven fact. It's a scientific fact. Only middle-aged white guys have guns and kill teenage kids. No matter what the color of those kids are. No Chinese person, no Puerto Ricans, no African Americans, which that is a loose phrase of itself. They don't kill people. Only white, especially wealthy, which this guy obviously...
He's a software engineer.
This guy looks wealthy. He's in a tie, so that means everything.
He was coming back from his son's wedding.
I mean, he has a casual jacket on. He doesn't even have it buttoned in this picture. He must be a rich, white, American guy who's pro-gun and pro-Second Amendment and pro-First Amendment and anti-gay, and I'm pretty sure he's a Christian too.
But it looks like, according to the witnesses, that the darker skinned gentlemen did not even try to do anything. They were just having insanely loud music, and this guy came across to the witnesses as being a very negative gentleman. And I want to get this quote right. I don't have the quote in front of me. I'm trying to find it.
Davis? Is it Davis's?
No, the quote that the guy was saying about his rap music. Basically, he was saying that he did not like the rap crap and was hollering over to the young guys to quiet their music. So, and according to witnesses, this guy, if the story pans out to be true, he just started shooting at the car.
Now,
he claims that he was doing a stand your ground type thing and he was scared to death, but witnesses say that he was not doing that and he was just disapproving of their music and the volume that it was in their point of view.
now I want to add in that he did end up killing a 17-year-old Jordan Davis.
Yes.
And he shot him to death inside of an SUV, or, as Mr. Dunn would like to say, under self-defense, as Dunn says he was threatened with his life by a shotgun. So, if this is a stand-your-ground situation, it, in a way, I could see Mr. Dunn's point of view, if he was threatened, that is. If we can get photographic or video evidence of him actually getting a shotgun shot at him, or at least pointed at him, I think he has a case. But until I see that, he doesn't have a case for me.
And if he has a case, if the witnesses are being correct, and their story pans out to be true, and the other darker-skinned gentleman that was in the vehicle with this man, he was 17, correct?
Yes, 17.
The 17-year-old darker-skinned gentleman that was shot by the lighter-skinned gentleman. It doesn't matter if he was yellow, green, blue, black, gray, white, tan. What's it matter the complexion of someone's skin? It's the action and the content of their character that was being displayed. What does it matter? You can be purple, green, or blue. If someone shoots the guy, he still shot the other guy. What's it matter? He could be red. He could be polka dot. He could be striped. He could look like a zebra.
So if
what does it matter what the race is? The guy still did something. And it scares me to death. I live next to a highway. Am I supposed to be worried about someone shooting at me because I'm playing country music from my pool that's back here?
He does have a pool.
If someone... No, I'm saying, in my perspective.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm scared if I'm playing country music from my pool that's less than 100 yards from a well-known highway. Should I be worried that someone's going to try to snipe me or something, or come get me because they disapprove of the volume of the music and the genre of the music that I am playing? Come on.
So you're not even... A lot of people are going to look at this case and they're going to say, well, the only reason why I shot him was because he was black.
I could care less. He could be purple for all it matters.
Okay,
it does not matter what color the guy is. He could be polka dotted green and red.
So since you don't...
Christmas time on his face.
Since you don't care about the skin color, would you say that with the evidence brought forth by the people around him, not Mr. Dunn himself, because... If I was Mr. Dunn, I would say whatever I wanted to or whatever I had to get out of this case. And by the way, 75 years for all of his convictions. 75 years. And would you, with the case that we have right now, with the witnesses saying that it was just because of the music, even with his point of view saying I was self-defense, would you say that he was convicted of first-degree murder, yes or no?
I don't think it's first-degree murder because I don't think he tried to kill him. I think he was incredibly angry at the situation and did not like their rap music. And he did not want to get crunk to 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. He did not like the rap gangsta music. He wanted the music of something of his demographic, whatever it may be, classical, jazz, Beethoven, Jason Aldean, or Britney Spears.
I think
but he
it's
did not like the rap genre.
I think it's even less of the genre. I think it was just the fact that it was a loud played music. I don't want to be pumping my gas and listening to any music that's extremely loud, even if it's my favorite band. I don't want to be at the gas station wanting to freaking play air drums because August Burns Red comes on or another band I really like comes on. I think it's a fact that the music was very loud and it wasn't the genre that he liked.
Well, yeah, first, it's a genre he does not care for. He does not care for the rap music. He calls it rap crap. So, and add on top of that, it was an incredibly intoxicatingly loud volume that he did not appreciate, but it still did not give the man a right to shoot up the car.
Agreed.
No. He's going one-man gang on him, going crazy like Big Daddy via Matt Stryker, throwing a little 4-year-old guy through a chalk dispensing chalkboard. You can't do this. This is a free country. People can listen to whatever music they want to, which goes me back to, if I want to listen to country music, if I want to listen to rock music, pop music, whatever I want to listen to, it should not matter. I should not have to be worried about someone trying to snipe me from the other side of the highway because I want to listen to Cruise or I want to listen to Kashmir. I should be able to listen to whatever I want. If this guy wants to listen to Lil Wayne, good for him. If this guy wants to listen to AC/DC, good for him. If he wants to listen to Love and Death, August Burns Red, We As Human. What does it matter? You should be able to listen to whatever you want to do because we got a free country here.
Now, I want to add in one more thing before we get on to the next subject, because I think everyone agrees. If you don't agree, tell us why you disagree on the forums, jfncommunity.freeforum.net. Glenn Donovan, something like that, he commented under the story, and he said, doesn't first-degree murder have to be premeditated? And I believe the answer is correct. I think you do have to have premeditation, and I don't think that this was a premeditated murder. I think it was just an act of fury that was
rage.
Exactly. It was a fit of rage where he ended up shooting the car and if it was an accident or not, shot the kid. I don't think it was premeditation. Now, if he was in front of the store, walked to his car on the opposite side of the drive of the parking lot, got his gun out of his car, thought about it, and then shot the kid, then it's premeditation. But I don't think it would have been that much time. I'm assuming they just stopped for a second, got something from this gas station convenience store, and then got on their way.
Yeah, him and his wife were going back home to a bed and breakfast that they're staying at after they were leaving his wife or his son's wedding to his new fiance, now wife. Which leads me into, I'd like to reference a story from last fall. And it was written on September 26, 2013 on SI.com. And it was entitled Dodgers Fan Dies from Stab Wound After Fight Following Giants-Dodgers Game.
Baseball starting soon.
Yeah, baseball's coming up soon. So we got to worry about people in the Bay Area stabbing each other to death because of rivalry. And this also reminds me of a time a friend of mine told me a story of his friend who happens to be a Mets fan going to Citizens Bank Park in Philly. Now, it's an embarrassment being a Philly sports fan hearing stories like this. But this guy was a young, elementary-age guy, had a David Wright Mets jersey, and he had beer spilled on him by a hometown Philly fan because he was a fan of the Mets. If the guy's a fan of the Mets, the Braves, the Phillies, the Nationals, the Giants, the Cubs, the Montreal Expos when they were still alive, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Kansas City Royals, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Mariners, the Giants, the Dodgers, the Oakland A's, the Philly Athletics when they were still alive, the Washington Senators, the Pilots when they were still a franchise, now they're dead and in the grave. The Texas Rangers, the Houston Astros.
Continue.
Why does it matter? You could be a fan of whatever team. You should not have to worry about going to a ballpark, worry about if you're going to get stabbed, heckled, stuff thrown at, hot dogs stuffed up your nose.
Here's a question, though.
You should not have to worry about that. You can have competitive banter and and arguments and competitiveness and rowdiness and good old fun, jabbing, like humorous jabbing at each other over a competitive rivalry, but don't hurt each other. There's a line you should not cross when you're at the ball game. Act like your parents, grandparents, your kids, and everyone you know from your life is watching you, right? And can just really.
Now, I think the big problem, I think a huge problem with this is the fact that moral character has gone away. And we're going to talk about that a lot in the third segment with something that's going on with another Junior Factor Nation host. But I think that the demographic, especially on the internet, but even places where, let's say me and Alan, I'm not a Phillies fan, but if I go to, is it Citizens Bank Park?
Citizens Bank Park.
If I go there, I will root on the Phillies, even if it's against the Red Sox, because I like the Red Sox and I want them to win, but I'm not going to be a jerk to the people I don't know. But this younger demographic, people younger than me, people younger than Alan, some people younger than you, maybe even people your own age, they're going around, they're saying, hey, man, screw you. I don't know who you are, so I'm gonna punch you or I'm going to stab you because I don't know who you are, and I just degraded you in my mind because you like another team.
Yeah, and if I go to Baltimore, the home of the Orioles, Camden Yards, it's a giant world opposite. At least when when they played the Phillies, the Orioles fans welcomed everyone in the Sea of Red with open arms.
Yep.
Even in a divisional rivalry with the Washington Nationals. The DC fans, you'll have competitive banter, but no one in DC wanted to hurt a Philly fan wearing a Roy Halladay or Cliff Lee jersey.
And I think a huge
they were being
part
so
of it,
hospitable. It's so wonderful.
I think a huge part of why they're that way is in part because of the community around them. Because I think that Baltimore is a very nice city. However, you have to look at their unemployment rate and everything else that's going on, which, by the way, our president has not helped them out on. But I think that the Ravens, for some reason, are the exact opposite. I'm not exactly sure why this is happening. I think for different sports, it matters to a whole lot more people. But I think the huge issue here, which is what you're trying to bring up, is people take things way too far on the internet and the people that they don't know. And if I can get one thing, or even in a gas station parking lot where a kid's playing his music too loud, for some reason, older generations, younger generations, and our generation are looking at people and they're saying, you know what, I'm going to degrade you for no reason. And it's happening left and right and all the time. And it's irritating as crap looking around the place and saying, I wonder what that person's thinking of me. I look at people, and I think everyone should look at people through their possibilities, through what they could do in their life, not what they've done. Not what maybe they went to jail. For what? For murder? Okay. Murder is a huge, huge thing. Should I degrade that person for something that happened in their life? No. What I would do if a murderer would come up to me, now if a murderer was coming up to me to kill me, of course I protect myself, but after they went to jail, I'm still going to view them for some reason as a murderer. But what I'm not going to do is not talk to them or not try to communicate with them just because of how they may have stumbled upon a murder, like, oh, there's a gun, shoot someone. No, but something had to happen for that to happen. You know, maybe they grew up in a bad part of the neighborhood and joined a gang. And part of that gang initiation was to kill someone. We don't know the reason behind people doing stupid things. And I think, Alan, do you agree with me that the big part of both of these stories is the fact that when we see somebody, we should not just second citicize them, make them second-hand citizens, second-grade citizens, just because we don't know who they are.
Yeah, and you have a point. And also, I met a guy a few months ago.
We have 30 seconds.
He has a neck tattoo, and I found out from his wife or girlfriend, I forget the relation.
Mm-hmm.
And
significant other.
Yeah, his female significant other, that he killed a guy. You could never know, because he seems like he's really trying to turn his life around, and he seems like a great guy right now, at least,
Right.
trying to support his family, getting a job. It's amazing how some people really can change, and they're really trying. Wow.
Yeah. And
It's amazing.
I think that we should always take people not for granted, but for as a gift. And that is as much time as we have on these two topics. If you'd like to talk about it at all, you could, of course, talk to us on the Spreaker chat box, or you can, of course, go to our forums and talk to us there. So me and Alan, we will be right back with a topic we have yet to decide on. So it's going to be pretty interesting. We'll get back to you in just a moment.
Tweet us. You know, Jeff, we have some real great American heroes in this country,
Agreed?
but they are not LeBron James. They are not Tom Brady. They are not any guy or girl in Hollywood.
Wait a second.
They're not even someone in the Olympics getting gold right now.
The media tells me all the time that the people I should follow is like, I don't know, people I see on TV, and they're the heroes. Who are you
some of
talking
them-
about then?
Some of them you see on TV, but they aren't getting paid the big bucks. They're dressed in their dress blues, their camos, and all the other uniforms of our people in armed forces. I'm talking about our military. They are the real heroes.
Agreed.
If it wasn't for them, we'd be dead, or part of the USSR, or part of Hitler's regime, or part of a British colony, or we could just be dead. People could just come over here and shoot us. We got the National Guard, the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the SEALs, and every other part of the military that I didn't mention. Those people are the people we really do need to thank, and the people that need commercials and endorsements. Those are the people that we need, not want, not what people should desire to be like them.
Exactly.
But they don't. They want to be like LeBron and Brady, even though those guys are very, very marketable, fine gentlemen, and very good at their craft.
Right.
And George Clooney and Tom Cruise, those guys are also very good at their craft, marketable, and successful men.
Yes, but
the men that protect this great country are the ones that are not getting paid back what is due to them.
right. And the story that we have, food stamps. Okay, food stamps among troops, U.S. troops, skyrockets during the Obama administration. How much is skyrocketing? Well, let's take this for an example. Let's just shoot let's just say $31 million a year in 2008 goes to food stamps for troops. That's a lot of money. $31.1 million.
Sounds like a baseball contract.
More, way more than a baseball
Wow.
contract. Yeah,
And those guys are getting that much money to play ball, and they can't have the troops get more money. Come on.
it gets worse.
Come on.
During the Great Recession, as it's called, topping out during the 2013 fiscal year, $103.6 million worth of food stamps go to troops. Now,
That's what? What?
Alan
That's a big number.
told me before we started recording, while the commercial break, if you will, he told me that he thinks it's great, and tell me if you're wrong. You think it's great that troops are getting the food stamps rather than people who don't deserve it.
In that perspective, yes.
But the huge problem with this whole thing is that we are paying the troops so little that they have to apply for food stamps.
And that's pathetic. That is pathetic. Are you talking about active military that's getting
Yes.
food stamps? That is
Yes.
pathetic.
I believe
That's
so.
pathetic.
The lowest.
You got guys in movies doing random 2-3 lines. Guys playing ball sitting on the bench, not doing nothing all year long, third string in a football league.
Can I take your hat, sir?
They're taking a hat, being ball boy.
They say
ball
that line,
girl.
dude. They say that line, and they get paid a couple of $1,000s. Can I take your hat, sir? There's $5,000. Thank you for.
If it wasn't for the armed forces, they wouldn't be able to take a hat. They couldn't take a sock. They couldn't take a piece of dirt.
They couldn't take a piece of land if they wanted to.
They wouldn't have no land. They wouldn't have no land. They wouldn't have no shoes. They'd barely have their own hair.
They would have no freedom. And the thing that really makes
the freedom they would have is the freedom to do what someone else is telling them to do.
The thing that makes me and Alan extraordinarily angry with how, again, the young people, if you will, are taking this whole my freedom. We always say, I have the freedom to do this. I have the freedom to do that.
Because these guys are giving their lives, their limbs,
exactly,
their blood, their tears, times with their family, times away from loved ones, Christmases, birthdays. All this time, effort, energy, limbs, skin, bones, cracks of their knuckles.
And we're giving them
everything.
They come back home and we're giving them food stamps, people. Millions of dollars of food stamps. Why do we even have to give them food stamps? Why can't we pay a military person some type of livable wage? I'm not saying that people that work at freaking McDonald's flipping burgers, which we need those people, we do. But I'm not saying we should pay them a livable wage because there's no reason to make their way up. I think we should be at least paying at least active duty.
Today, they were debating on ESPN whether or not the tight end for the New Orleans Saints, Jimmy Graham, should get paid as a tight end or a wide receiver. The difference is a few $1 million. How about instead of the Saints paying him that much money, they give some of them to the troops? Because I'm pretty sure the troops won a few $1 million that Jimmy Graham would get because he caught a few more touchdown passes and could get labeled as a wide receiver outright instead of a tight end or a tight end receiver hybrid. I'm pretty sure those troops are a little bit more deserving of that big pay raise, that big pay jump, that big salary than a guy playing ball.
Because we always have this imagination that the military is just another branch of entertainment, if you will. They're just going out to war to protect like 5 people. No, these people are spending, like Alan said, away from their families. They're spending times away from their growing up families. A lot of people that are in the military are around the age somewhere between 18 and 25. So they're spending their entire lives so that I and Alan can do a radio show and people can go and travel and people can go and do what they will. These people are spending all that time and saying, no thanks. I'd rather let other people do it. If you want to think of servants, you think of the military. You don't think of people serving in the NFL. And if you think that, oh man, I'm so happy that LeBron James is volunteering his time to entertain me this Saturday for this huge basketball game, or I'm thinking Michael Vick or whatever football player for volunteering their time for me to be able to enjoy their company. If that's really how you think, I have a news flash for you. They're not volunteering their time. They're getting paid the big bucks for what? Catching a few balls, for throwing a few pitches. And again, these things are important. They help our economy, yes. But are they the real heroes like everyone makes them seem? No. So why are they getting paid more than our military?
And, I can think of 2 athletes that get it. One of them being T.J. Oshie. He scored one of the big goals for USA men's hockey in the Olympics for the 2014 Winter Games. He said in a press conference that he is not an American hero. The real American heroes he referred to as the military.
Yep.
And another one of the athletes I can think of that gets it is former WWE champion John Cena, because when Vince McMahon and the WWE approached him about tribute to the troops, he wanted to make sure that he was first in line to be able to go and say thank you to the troops and put himself in harm's way and go through all the trouble to get to the war zone because when they first started distributing to the troops, it was in the war zone. Military personnel got to take free time, and other times they could just do whatever when they were not doing their military occupational time. And whenever they happened to be doing it, I'm not sure what they were doing. They were doing their stuff that they needed to do for their job. And they would go to the WWE shows as once a year. They would take the show abroad into the war zone. And John Cena wanted to make sure he was there all the time if he was hurt or what.
Every year.
So Oshii and Cena, these two guys get it. Oshii knows he is not a hero. He's paying respect to the military, who made it possible for him to have the freedom and the ability to go to Sochi and be part of the 2014 Winter Games on the men's Olympic hockey team. And John Cena knows what it's like to talk to these guys and girls who are part of the military, and he wanted to make sure that he gave thanks.
And you know who doesn't know about these people? The commander-in-chief. You think he knows how it's like to be on the front lines of battle, to be in the battlefield? And I'm not telling anybody to, hey, Obama, go to the battlefield.
What it's like to be on the front lines of a pickup game.
He doesn't. But here's what he's going. He's not spending time talking about this military issue of food stamps. What he's talking about is Obamacare. And he's talking to Charles Barkley. I think it's before a basketball game, and he's going on, and he's going on, and he's asking Obama lobbed up questions like, so Mr. President, do you love America? Well, yes, I do, and I love America as this. It's like
why? I like
easy
peanut butter and
questions.
jelly and milk too. Give me a hard question, genius.
No, Obama's saying, why are you asking me such hard questions? Why do I need to say, yes, I love this nation? I don't want to let the people know my real opinion. But here's what he says. They ask about Obamacare. And he says, I think in about 5 years, people are going to stop calling it Obamacare so I don't get the credit. Why does it always have to be about you, Mr. President?
Why'd you name it Obamacare?
He didn't name it Obamacare. That's just that was a right-wing thing, saying it was Obamacare, and he just likes the idea. But then he says, in about 5 years, they don't want to give me the credit. So what they're going to do is they're going to call it the Affordable Care Act, and they're not going to pretend. They're just going to pretend that they never called it Obamacare because he doesn't think that we're going to want. Ugh. He does not think that we are going to want to give him the credit. Obama, I wouldn't give you the credit for anything if it was successful or not, especially since it won't be successful. But here's the thing that he says during the interview that really frustrates me. Alan, growing up to you seems like learning how to walk, being potty trained, future on going to school, going to middle school, going to high school, getting your license, going to prom, getting your first girlfriend, getting your first kiss, getting married, etc. Correct?
Yeah, the normal stuff.
I've never thought I need to sign up for Obamacare. But Obama says signing up for Obamacare is just a part of growing up.
That's just as much of a part of growing up as getting in your first car wreck.
I could agree with that. It's not a part of growing up. It's something that might have to be done eventually, but it's not a part of growing up. It's not like, oh man, he turned 18, you can go ahead and sign up for Obamacare. Oh, really? You mean it? No. It's not part of growing up.
Really, Daddy? You're going to buy it for me? Yay!
No, Daddy's not going to buy it for you because he can't afford it. Obama says that it's less than your cell phone bill. Okay, possibly. It could be more than my cell phone
I got the cheapest thing I could find, and it's working out pretty good for me.
But he says it could also be cheaper than your cable bill. And I highly doubt that.
Yeah, my face.
If you guys don't listen to Tavern Talk Radio, I'm telling you, you got to. It's on Monday nights at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. 7 p.m. is Factor Talk. At 8 p.m., Factor Talk Radio, Tavern Talk. That's it. Tavern Talk Radio. They talked about this in a lot of detail. And Derek Anders says that his number for Obamacare was over $200 a month.
That's more than cable.
He can't afford that. I certainly can't afford that. I'm going to school full time. I can't afford that. Alan, you can't afford that, and you have a lot of money.
Well,
you have a lot of money for a saving. I'm not trying to seem like you have a lot.
I don't. Well,
you don't
I
have a good job.
Okay,
You just save a lot of money.
last week I had about 4 paychecks sitting on my TV out in cash for a month because I just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're smart about things and you
I
save your
I
money,
prefer to save my money.
but you can't afford this. I can't afford this, and Obama's going around saying it's just part of growing up.
If someone is making $7.25 is minimum, if I'm correct.
In at least PA.
If in Pennsylvania, $7.25 an hour, $7.25, 25 cents, $7.25 is minimum wage per hour for someone in the state of Pennsylvania. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, it is $7.25 for minimum wage.
Right.
If you work between 30 and 40 hours a week, you will not make more than $250. I guarantee you.
And be able to live? No, not
you will live with mommy and daddy for a long, long time.
That's true.
A long, 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 long time.
Okay, so
no, there is no way you can supplement anything. There's no way you can afford anything. There's no way you can make pork chop meat. There's no way you can
ramen
do
noodles?
Nothing. Pork chop meat, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, lima beans, cabbage, squash, pot pie.
Pot pie.
Nothing. Pot pie.
Okay, Alan, we really
it is pot pie.
We really have to go. So
you cannot afford that. You cannot. If people don't even get that much money a week making $7.25, which is minimum wage per hour in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, there's no way they can afford that.
Yeah.
They'd be getting that and then saying, Mommy, Daddy, I need money for gas. I need money for my car payment. If they really want it to be that affordable, make it less than a stupid phone bill.
Yep. So
make it less than a thing of shoes.
Hey, Alan, we are way over time. So Alan, we're way over time. So we're going to agree that this thing is a huge problem. It's not a part of growing up, and they need to make it a lot safer, a lot more cost efficient, etc. But we are way over time. We will be right back. We're going to talk about Obama and the devil in a minute, and then we're going to talk about Kaden Cowger. So get ready for that. So we will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Yes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Jeff and Alan Show here on the Junior Factor Nation Radio Network. So, last segment, me and Alan. Hi, Alan. How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm doing decent, but I'll get to that in a second.
There we go.
We didn't have enough time last segment to talk about the huge HollywoodReport.com issue with Obama and the Bible. Now, if you're thinking, well, of course Obama doesn't like the Bible, I'm talking about the movie, or the TV show, The Bible. Well, they're making a movie called The Son of God, and Satan was taken out of it. Why was Satan taken out of it? Well, if you've never seen it before, Google search The Son of God, Devil, and Obama, and there will be picture galore of how similar they look. And I'm not going to say they don't look similar. I think they do. Now, if that was a push from the media, I don't think so. If they're not American, I think they're Australian or South African, something like that. But for some reason, the Bible producers cut Satan out from the Son of God following the Obama controversy. And there's a video, we'll link it on the forums, and everything like that. Alan, do you think they should have taken him out? And I only want to talk about this for a second. Do you think they should have taken the devil out, yes or no?
Well, if that's the actor that portrays him just happens to look like him, well, good for that. You can't really... the guy did that good of an acting job, either put some makeup on him or just be like, well, that's his twin cousin that he never knew about.
So you don't think that they should take it out because of the race and the look-alike?
Well, like I said before, it don't matter if someone's yellow, blue, purple, or polka dot.
Well, it's not even race. I'm talking about
what the race is.
I'm talking about looking like, because he looks a lot like Obama. He does.
Well, put a cane mask on him, make him look different.
Okay,
So he doesn't look straight like Obama. Why out the guy because he happens to look similar to Obama? He's still doing a good acting job. Let the guy keep his job.
Okay, so this is my quick opinion, and I don't want to spend any more than 30 seconds on this topic because I don't think it's a huge deal. I think that the producers or the directors or whoever decided to take him out made a bad decision. I don't think that the point was that he looked like Obama. I don't think that they were trying to point out that Obama's a devil or anything like that, which, by the way, no Christian actually thinks, unless if you're from Westboro, which you're not actually a Christian. So no real Christian actually thinks that Obama's the Antichrist or the devil or anything. I think it just so happened that the dude looked like Obama, and I don't know. I was in the shoes. Tell us what you think in the thing. That's going to be That's going to be the question of the week. Should they have taken the actor out of the film because he looked like Obama? Yes or no? I think no. Alan thinks no. What do you think? So tell us on there. But we have another story, and I want to get to this, and I want to get to it in a lot of detail. So a friend of the show and to the nation, all the shows here on the nation, Caden Calgar has made somewhat news. Now, it's not like huge news. It's not
the worldwide news.
Right. But, I mean, he's never really been on the news, especially on Fox. Fox kind of like didn't even acknowledge the fact that he knew what they were or that they knew what was going on. But Caden, on Sunday evening, according to CalgarNation.com, Calgar Nation President, Editor-in-Chief Caden Calgar was taken to the emergency room after experiencing intense swelling in his left arm. So just a super quick update to that. On Mondays, doctors ran a D-dimer test on Calgar and came back positive for potential clotting. However, an ultrasound was done and it showed no blockage. They performed a CT scan and a few other things, and a few things were high, but overall it was satisfactory. Late in the evening, his heart rate started to increase to about 140, where his average is approximately 80. So almost doubled. And he was transferred to a bigger hospital in West Virginia where his state is. Tuesday morning, it was lowered to about 110 and was fairly normal. There is no pain. He has not lost any strength or has had any lack of usage to the arm and has the doctor stumped. It says on the website, one of the doctors in the ER said, quote, "In all of my years of practice, I have never seen anything like this before," end quote. Currently, they are getting ready for an MRI scan, and please go to CalgarNation.com for more information as the story unfolds. Now, Caden, you're friends to the show. We're friends of your show. I might not agree with everything you say, but I really hope you turn out. I really hope all the swelling, I hope they give you the right antibiotics and everything to really help your arm. I hope everything goes smooth. From me and Alan, we both hope that you pull through. But not everybody. Such as Barney Turner, and I'm going to tweet this jerk bag and tell him that we're talking about him on the show today. So Caden on yesterday, it says 29 minutes in this picture. He put it on Facebook, and I tweeted at the guy. In the hospital with a swollen arm, they aren't sure what's causing it and haven't seen anything like it before. I could use some prayers. Prayers were on the way, by the way. Barney Turner, at Barney Turner 1, said, at Caden Calgar, "Prayers will do literally nothing, you delusional failed abortion. I hope whatever it is kills you."
Seriously?
Then I went on his Twitter, and he has made countless, and I mean...
Yeah, I'm at his Twitter right now also.
I mean countless threats to Caden's life. I hope you die. I hope that you... or why are you alive? You failed abortion, etc.
He says, please kill yourself. Really? Come on.
I really want to find the tweet that I sent. He never responded to me. I'm trying to find the tweet that I sent him. Oh, I said, "I'm really happy that there are people out there like you on this planet. It makes us all look really, really good." I'm trying to see. That was the last tweet he did, and it was yesterday when you're listening to the show. So it was on Monday, February 17th.
Now he's making anti-Christian, anti-anything that the guy believes in remarks also.
one of his
He
tweets
tells him
is
to die in a horrible fire. He tells him to hang himself.
Yep, hang
This
yourself.
is a straight low-class, horrible person.
he talks.
Who does this?
He tweets at Boogie2988. So I mean, he definitely is a social butterfly, if you will. He has a combined 8 followers.
Arrogant twat. Like seriously, this guy thinks he's cool. I have over 400 followers.
I'm just saying the fact that he doesn't actually have a voice, and for the fact that he has 1, 2, 3, at least 5 or 6 tweets to Caden. And here's one. This is my favorite one he tweeted. I have to bring up my computer up here. I base my morals and beliefs on a roughly 2,000-year-old book of utter bullshit.
Yep.
Hashtag Caden Cowgirl Logic. And I apologize for swearing. I was quoting him. But my favorite thing is a 2,000-year book. Dude, now I know the ignorance that I'm dealing with, dude.
It's a little bit more than 2,000 years.
It's not even that. It's not how long ago it was written. Here's how it is, moron. Morals don't change people. Morals don't change. People change to the morals. Here's what you don't have. You don't have any morals. You don't have any personal responsibility. You don't have anything worth anything on this planet, sir. I don't wish death upon you. I don't wish any harm upon you. But here's what I wish. I wish that one day you grow up. You realize that life is not a right. It is not something that you deserve. Right is a gift. Other people's lives are gifts, and that you take your life not for granted, but advantage. And what I mean by that is you take advantage of the situation that you are in, and you go out and you make your world and everyone else's world a bit better. I don't want you going on Twitter anymore and hashtagging Caden Cowgirl Logic and making fun of something that I personally agree with. I base my life, if you want to say, off of a roughly 2,000-year-old book, because morals don't change, you idiot.
A lot of people's morals universally, regardless of any ideology, comes from that so-called 2,000-year-old book.
It's just so frustrating to me how little these people know, number one, about religion. I don't care what religion it is. People know very little about their own religion, other religions, etc. But the fact that this kid is just going after other people really just irritates the crap out of me, that literally I'm standing in this whisper room and I'm pacing back and forth around the microphone. It's hot in this room. I'm sweating. I'm getting, I'm raising my voice quite a bit because I want these people to know you're an idiot. Stop trying to make yourself sound smart by threatening others, wishing death upon others. You're going to get nowhere in life. Nowhere. You're going to get, you will go somewhere. You're going to be standing in line hoping and praying that the soup kitchen is still open. You're going to be, or you're going to be sitting in mom and dad's seat waiting for them to pay for your next month of rent. Or you're going to live with them at home. You're not going to get anywhere in life because you're a big tough guy on the internet who can say whatever he wants to whoever he wants because he doesn't agree with their moral stance, their political stance, whatever. Dude, just shut up, delete your account, or everyone here that's listening to the show, I'm going to put his Twitter on our forums. Go tweet him and say hashtag praying for Caden or praying for Calgary. Do hashtag praying for Caden. And I just want to see how frustrated he gets. Because if you put attention to people who deserve it, nothing happens. If, let's say, me and Alan and all of us tweeted at some person for doing something amazing, they'll say, thank you, but really it's not up to me. It's something else that I believe in. Or something else that, something. They'll try to put, not the blame, but they're going to try to put the praise someone else. When you put the light on someone who doesn't deserve it, when you put a light on a little cockroach, they're going to die. Not actual death. They're going to morally, reconsider their life, or at least that's the hope and plan of putting the light on them. Because if you don't put a light on someone, you can't blame them for not knowing about it. So, I just hate people I don't hate people. I hate when people go on the internet and pretend to be a tough guy because there is no repercussion for being on the internet and talking crap to like like Caden Calgar. So that's all I have to say. Alan, do you have anything to add on?
This is just awful. This is an awful display of human behavior that is just as mind-blowing as Splashy Fish and Flappy Bird. That's how much of a computerized, generated brain that this guy has. You don't do this. This is not how a person should treat another person. It's like Splashy Fish and Flappy Bird had a kid, and that kid is now living inside this guy's brain.
I don't know what the reference is, but we are out of time, Alan. So whatever that meant, I agree, I think. So
it's a very aggravating online game. Many people...
I know what it is. It's just...
Yeah, they're being very annoyed by the game, and they had a kid, and it's in this guy's brain.
I get what you're saying. Okay. So an annoying puke of a person is trying to make fun of our friend?
This guy is trying to be like the boogeyman.
He's coming to get you?
Boogeyman, I'm coming to get you.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's show.
Get at this nice guy, and he's going to be the boogeyman. He's coming to get you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. If you did, please tell us on Twitter. Or if you didn't, and you think we are the pukes of human and everything,
you should tweet us.
Tweet us at the JHP and at Pizzaman721, or go on the forums, jfncommunity.freeforums.net, and tell us, hey, Jeff and Alan, you guys suck. Why did Jeff swear on the air for the first time ever? Why? Yeah, first time ever. Someone tell his mom. Someone tell his mom. Whatever.
Mommy.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. If you did, please tell us. If you didn't, please tell us. We will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye, USA.